My sister walked into the business I built and said, "Dad's giving it all to me. I have kids to feed." I just smiled and replied, "Take a look at the ownership papers." Part 4. A month after cutting ties with my parents and Lily, I received an invitation to Grandma Eleanor's 75th birthday party. She was hosting a big celebration at her house, inviting family members and friends from all over. I knew my parents would likely attend. She was still Dad's mother, after all, but I figured we could avoid each other in a crowd. The day of the party arrived, and I dressed carefully in a blue dress Grandma had always said brought out my eyes. I brought her a hand-painted teapot I'd commissioned from a local artist, knowing her love for unique tea sets. When I arrived, the house was already filled with people. I spotted my parents and Lily immediately. They were standing by the buffet table, already filling their plates. They saw me too, but turned away without acknowledging me. That suited me fine. I made my way to Grandma, who was holding court in her favorite armchair, looking regal in a purple dress with a corsage pinned to her shoulder. "There's my girl," she said, her face lighting up as I bent to hug her. Always on time, always thoughtful. I gave her my gift, which she opened immediately, gasping with delight at the teapot. "It's absolutely beautiful," she said, turning it in her hands to admire the hand-painted flowers. "I'll use it tomorrow for my morning tea." The party progressed pleasantly. I chatted with relatives I hadn't seen in years, caught up with some of Grandma's friends, and successfully avoided any interaction with my immediate family. Then came time for dinner. The meal began cordially enough with everyone passing dishes and making small talk. When the main course was served, people began offering toasts to Grandma. My mother stood up, wine glass in hand. "To my wonderful mother-in-law on her 70th birthday, you've always been a beacon of wisdom in our family and we're so grateful for your guidance over the years." Her words were pretty but hollow, and I had to suppress an eye roll. Then, to my horror, she turned in my direction. "And while I have everyone's attention, I'd like to address something. My daughter Chelsea has recently decided that family isn't important to her. She's turned her back on us despite her financial success, refusing to help her own sister with a simple graduation gift." A shocked silence fell over the table, my face burned with embarrassment and anger. "Linda," Grandma Eleanor said sharply, "this is hardly the time or place, but I've had enough." I stood up, my chair scraping loudly against the floor. "Since my mother has decided to air our dirty laundry at Grandma's birthday dinner, let me set the record straight." I looked around the table at the uncomfortable faces. For the past 3 years, I've been sending my parents $1,000 every month because they claimed they needed help paying off Lily's college loans. Dad's cousin, Martin, who worked at the State University Board, frowned and put down his fork. "That can't be right. Lily received a full scholarship through the Legacy program. Your father made sure I knew about it when she was accepted. Her tuition and housing were completely covered." The table went utterly silent. All eyes turned to my parents, whose faces had drained of color. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. All this time, they'd been lying to me. I suddenly understood why Lily always had designer clothes and expensive accessories while supposedly struggling through college on our parents' limited budget. They weren't using my money for her tuition. They were using it to spoil her just like they always had. "Is this true?" Grandma Eleanor asked, her voice dangerously quiet. My father stammered. "It's not what it looks like." "What exactly is it supposed to look like?" I found my voice, shock turning quickly to rage. "You took $36,000 from me under false pretenses. You made me believe I was helping with education costs when you were just funding Lily's lavish lifestyle." My mother tried to recover. "We needed that money for other things, the house bills." Grandma Eleanor slowly stood up, her small frame suddenly imposing. "Robert, Linda, I think you should leave." "Mom, please," Dad began. "No," her voice was firm. "You lied to your daughter. You took advantage of her success and generosity. You are no son of mine right now." She turned to Lily, who was staring down at her plate. "And you," she said quietly, "did you know?" Lily's silence was answer enough. "All of you out of my house," Grandma continued. "And Robert, you should know that I will be revisiting my will. I have no intention of leaving anything to people who would behave this way." My parents and Lily left quickly. My mother in tears, my father red-faced with shame. The party dispersed soon after. Guests making awkward excuses to leave early. I stayed to help Grandma clean up. Both of us working in contemplative silence. "I'm sorry," I finally said. "I ruined your party." "Nonsense," she patted my hand. "You didn't ruin anything. They did that all on their own." In the weeks that followed, Grandma told me my parents called her constantly, begging forgiveness and pleading with her not to change her will. She was unmoved. "I already changed it," she informed me one afternoon over tea served in her new teapot. "Everything's going to you now. You're the only one who's shown real character in this family." I sipped my tea, feeling sad but relieved. I never wanted it to come to this. "Neither did I," she sighed. "But we can't control other people's choices, Chelsea. We can only control our own." I haven't spoken to my parents or Lily since that day. Occasionally, I see their names pop up on my phone, but I never answer. Whatever they have to say, it's too late.